Blue Lock is really getting heated, as in this chapter, we see the aftermath of Rin's goal, not to mention the Nigerian team starting to panic with only 15 minutes left on the clock, and if that wasn't bad enough, then we see Isagi straight up roasting them. Alright, starting off this chapter, also called Relentless, we get right into it by seeing firstly the crowd going nuts, but also the commentators, as they scream with everything that they can, that this is a super goal. Also, a fun detail is that we see Isagi's and Bachira's parents celebrate, which was so wholesome. Anyway, the commentators continue, as they say that Rin used Isagi's back, or rather, that he borrowed it. Like a well-oiled machine, those two fit perfectly. What a magnificent spin gear shot, and now with Rin's goal, Japan takes the 3-goal lead. After that, we see both Rin and Isagi down on the ground, with Rin still having his tongue out. After that, we see Isagi's face, who has a big smirk on, as he asks Rin if he was plotting that whole time for that play, and calls him a beast of destruction. Rin just coldly looks at him, and tells Isagi that he was, and that while Isagi was lost in thought, calling Isagi king of logic, Rin saw Onazi coming to block Isagi. If Rin had let that happen, then Isagi would have scored with his 2-gun volley. However, that's when Rin's instinct kicked in, and he stole the ball before Isagi could move and shot it right away, leaving Isagi with no chance to counter. Rin continues as he explains that he decided to give in to his impulse and do whatever it takes to surpass Isagi. We then see Rin looking super furious as he says that when his brother joins this team, then he will be the striker who erases him from existence. Isagi, who is listening into his emo talk, just laughs and starts to walk away, while telling Rin that it's fine by him, and telling Rin to bring it on, and that the more creative Rin gets, the more pieces he can add to his puzzle. And he has a huge smile as he says that. After that, we see Bachira, who asks them what's up with them now, and asks if they are teaming up all of a sudden. Chigiri then adds to the conversation by saying that the next goal will be his. However, we then see Karasu saying that he is wrong, as the next goal will be his. After that, we get to the bench and mainly Henri and Ego. However, we do get a small Corona cameo on the bench, which is something. Anyway, Henri is ecstatic as they are in the lead and says that they are winning this. She smiles and says that even if this is just the first game, the boys are on fire. They're connecting perfectly out there. The goals keep coming, and they've even pulled off a brand new strategy. After that, Ego invites himself into the conversation and says that Rin's got the instincts and mindset of someone born to score, traits that align perfectly with what it means to be a hero, calling Rin a natural-born striker. However, he says that there's more than one way to be a hero. We then see small panels of Aryu, Nico, Hiyori, and Aiku, as Ego says that the real magic of Blue Lock is awakening in them the drive to become their own star. Henri looks back at him and says, "Yes, sir." After that, we see the clock, and we see that there are only 15 minutes left on the clock, and we see all of the Nigeria players looking defeated and totally out of breath. A no-name on the team says that scoring 3 goals now, there's no way that they can do that. Oboabona adds in by saying that Japan, they sure are strong, and Kuso is just too embarrassed to say anything at all. After that, Bello speaks up and asks them something. He asks everyone on the team if this match isn't kind of fun. Oboabona says that he guesses so, saying that it's the first time they have played like this, and that with everyone gunning for a goal at once, 2 other no-names then speak up and say that they are right, and that this new style of not relying on Onazi is pretty cool. Bello then looks pumped up, as he says that he knows that it's looking rough for them, but that they should at least try to score 1 goal, saying that he can feel that the team will change if they just score 1 goal. After Bello's speech, all of them get some sort of newfound motivation, as all of them scream and say that they will turn it around, while Kuso and Onazi just look at them in shock. But then, as they are all somewhat excited, Isagi comes going towards them and tells them to forget it. He looks super determined as he tells them that it won't make a difference. Bello looks at him in total awe as he has no clue what he is going on about. But Isagi's eyes then quickly change and look manic as he tells them that they are all just hyped up like they just walked out of a movie. Hey, it's Natsu mid-editing here, and I just wanted to pause the video to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, and while you're already down there, why not leave a like as well? All of them know that feeling when you watch a great movie, walk out pumped up, and say, "Man, I want to live like that." The truth is, you're just running on impulse, letting yourself get hooked on whatever feels good in the moment, but the next day, you will forget about it. That kind of instant ego doesn't change anyone's life, and he says it with a dark and serious tone. Kuso, who's still humbled by Isagi, keeps quiet. Meanwhile, Bello asks him what he just said, and we can see that Bello is visibly annoyed. Oboabona then also speaks up and tells Isagi that he doesn't even know them, so how could he say that? But just then, Isagi speaks up and tells them that this is the exact problem. This catches everyone's attention as Isagi goes deeper and explains that they have all said the team will change and that he doesn't even know them. However, by calling it a team problem, you're just dodging what's really going on right now. By throwing your mistakes onto everyone else, you're just hiding behind the group and stopping thinking for yourself. He puts his finger up and tells them that he isn't talking about their team, but instead about each one of them. He points to his head and tells them to use their brains and start thinking for once, asking them how they feel when they are going up against Blue Lock. Everyone is silent, but Onazi clenches his fist and finally speaks up as he says that it's frustrating and that he can't let it end like this. He looks super angry as he says that if he keeps playing the same way he always does, there's no way he will ever beat Isagi. Kuso looks at him in pure amazement and can only say his name, Isagi, then tells him that he is spot on. He then asks Onazi to tell him what it is that Onazi really wants, asking him if it is to make memories with his teammates, but Onazi right away screams no. Isagi asks him if it's to become Nigeria's hero. However, Onazi once again screams no, and screams that he wants to be the best striker in the world. Isagi then smirks as he hears that, and says that they are finally on the same page. After that, he throws the ball to Onazi and tells him to go on and to change his pitiful life and face Isagi, while also calling Onazi an egoist. Onazi catches the ball and also starts smirking as he asks Isagi where this ego of his, so massive and insatiable, comes from. Isagi's eyes then light up with a flare as he says that it's from the curiosity to discover who he is, and he then starts to walk away while having his whole puzzle pieces being scattered all around him. After that, his eye starts to begin to light up, and the text says that it is 44 days before the awakening of this ego. After that, the ending text says, "The fuel of ego is the search for one's true essence. Let the world hear that answer, and the next chapter will be called Myself." Which I mean, from all of this combined, I feel like it's pretty safe to assume that it will be heavily focused on Isagi, which, I'll be honest, I'm so here for, as I mean, it's Isagi, and I really love Isagi, so I can't wait to learn more about his ego. Also great news, as there will be no break next week, so the Blue Lock streak will continue, and let's hope that it continues for a while. Anyway, with that, let's go over this pretty insane chapter. Firstly, let's talk about Ren, who I forgot to talk about in the leak video, but his aura in this chapter is insane. I really found it cool how he said that he would erase Sei from existence when he joins the team, as that's so cool. And also, I really can't wait for that when Sei joins the team, as I feel like the whole atmosphere of the team might change. And just imagine if Sei also becomes ignited by Blue Lock's goal hungriness and also starts only going for the goal. Honestly, as a Sei fan, that would be so amazing. But even if that weren't to happen, then I still can't wait for Sei to join, as I just love him. Anyway, that's enough with the Sai glaze. Now let's talk another second to admire this short but precious small panel of Corona we got. I'm actually so sad that we doesn't get to see him as much, as he is a bit of a forgotten side character nowadays. However, I know that he will soon get his chance to prove himself for real, and we just need to wait for that. Now onto the goat of this chapter, who is no one else than Isagi. Like, he is just so cool. He is straight up demolishing Team Nigeria, but on top of that, he goes out of his way to teach them. Honestly, if I was in the Nigeria team, then I would be both pissed, but also kind of admire him. Honestly, more pissed of though, as they are losing 3-0. However, it's just crazy how he legit goes out of his way to teach them. Do I think that the Team Nigeria will make an awesome comeback with this motivation speech from Isagi? No, probably not. However, it's still something, and it might make them realize how they need to play more effectively, and therefore might end up getting at least 1 or 2 goals. As I still see Onazi getting at least 1 goal in this game, which I have always said, as I don't know, I do feel like he will be a character we get to see more of later on in the story, which is why I think that him getting 1 goal here is really fitting. But anyway, please let me know what you thought about this chapter. I myself have to give this chapter a 6 out of 10, as it was really solid, so I can't complain, but let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think next week's chapter could be about. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.